What's going on, Jerome's? Minnesota Vikings superstar receiver Justin friggin' Jefferson fed the local media jackals on Wednesday and, talked about the unfortunate game against the Lions, talked about effort, talked about Jaren Hall, eyeball emoji, as well as talked about Kirk, Jerome, Ezekiel Cousins, and the future. So first up, on giving effort. And, the reporters are talking about how JJ ran back for that loose ball and how he ran back for the fumble and looked like he left everything out there on the field, and he certainly did. Right? And in terms of, the Vikings playoff chances, a little bit dicey right now. I know that a lot of fans are saying that the Vikings should pack it in, but you ain't going to have that in this locker room with Justin Jefferson as the leader. On giving effort, quote, I feel like that's a question for the whole team to answer. I'm going to give everything that I can for this team, for this organization, for us to keep winning. I always will be that leader, the captain on this team. I will definitely carry that C on my chest with honor. As long as we have opportunities out there to play this game, they're going to get the best out of me every single game. How can you not love him? How can you not love Justin friggin' Jefferson, man? Where, came in, superstar receiver, young guy, then all of a sudden, he morphed into this leader. As he got a couple years under his belt, a couple of Viking veterans left, and Adam Thielen was the captain and the veteran and the leader in that locker room for a long time. But when he was let go, went to Carolina. Jefferson stepped up, got that C on his chest, and he's been amazing, man. And beyond just his leading by example on the field, that's a given. But you see him on the sidelines, you see him with McCardle, you see him with Addison, you see him with his teammates. This man's a true leader. And again, the whole thing about his extension, the holdups, it's not about the money. It's not about because the money is there. Money's on the table. If the Vikings were trying to shortchange Justin Jefferson, that would have been leaked out through the insiders months ago by JJ's agents. That's how the game is played. So it's not about money. It's about winning. And I feel like the holdup with JJ, he wants to make sure that this team is primed to win because he doesn't want to waste years of his prime. He doesn't want to pull a Larry Fitzgerald. He doesn't want to do that. Can't do it. Also, I would love, so the people who want the Vikings to lose out and have a minor shot at a top 10 pick, I want those fans to go up to Justin Jefferson and say, hey, buddy, hey, we want you to lose to the Packers, our hated rival, and lose to the Lions, who are currently becoming a rival, because we want to just get a little bit better in the draft position. We can you do that, buddy? Can you lose on purpose? Please. Please. How's that going to go over, man? On Jaren Hall, which as of right now, Kevin O'Connell has not announced who the starting quarterback is going to be, except I feel like the tea leaves and all signs are pointing towards the rookie Jaren Hall. He said this about Jaren, quote, I feel like Jaren is definitely a great quarterback. He has definitely some potential to spark this offense up if we put him out there to play, but we'll have confidence in whoever, end quote. And, JJ has been very diplomatic. Like post-game, he was talking about hyping up Kirk, but also he made sure to give some compliments to Nick Mullins. He was very complimentary of Josh Dobbs when the pass shot was in there. He talked up Jaren Hall as well. So I think, again, I do think that it is going to be Jaren Hall. And I think Hall, if he takes care of the football, which Dobbs and Mullins did not, I think the Vikings, it gives them a much better chance to win. And also, Jaren Hall, he can sling it, man. He's got a good arm. He's accurate at all three levels. You saw what he did with Puka Nacua at BYU. And first off, I don't think he's going to put JJ on the stretcher with some of those hospital balls that Dobbs and also Mullins put out there. But, then lastly, Kirk, Jerome, Ezekiel Cousins. Now, a lot of fans, and even the media too, they want to drive this wedge between Kirk and JJ. It's like, oh, how can Justin Jefferson like Kirk Cousins? They're so different. Blah, 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 blah. But we said this ad nauseum. JJ hasn't been throwing the ball to himself. And it's very clear that he and Kirk have worked up a very solid relationship. Honest feelings about Kirk, quote, I feel like I'm always voicing my opinion on Kirk. As much as people downgrade him and not want to give him his credit, I'm always the person that give him his credit. I'm always blessed and accepting of the person that he was for me, the person that he was for me and this team. Now, the haters will be like, oh, he's talking past tense. Kirk is gone. Please. Just by being the leader and being that captain, controlling the game, controlling where the ball goes, making great throws, I think the rest of the world realizes that at this very moment. And I feel like since there's no front runner for MVP, I feel like it's very clear that Kirk Cousins was the MVP of the Vikings. And you shudder to think right now, like if Kirk had stayed healthy, The Vikings be 11-4, riding a 10-game winning streak, possibly. Because, I mean, just a little more offense in the Broncos, Bears, obviously the Raiders, but the Bengals and the Lions game, coulda, woulda, shoulda. It sucks, man. It really does suck. But, again, JJ's backing up his guy, backing up who could be the guy of the future. Again, as of right now, Kevin O'Connell hasn't announced anything, but I actually do think it's going to be Jaren Hall. And also, talking about him being a leader, talk about giving effort. And, I mean, you may want the Vikings to lose these next 2 games against, again, the Packers and the Lions. They ain't going to do it. They ain't going to do it, man. They're going to go down swinging. Whatever happens, happens. But your thoughts are thoughts. Justin Jefferson fed the local media jackals on Wednesday. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.